I've been around many scenes, and so I know about organized crime, and con artists. Most of my life. I mean, from when I was a kid, watching a bunch of movies and just seeing, like the dude with the card and the ace, and he always got a sleeve trick or something. He conned you because, pick the ace and you get the money. If not, I get your money. Type deal, and then he always cheats. Like he's got a sleeve trick or something, like a con artist. You're like, what? I told you it was a card and an ace. It's a con artist. They got the 3 cups and one P in there. So they're a con artist. They got a P trick where you never guess where it is. Really, they might fish you in for more money though. Type deal, but they're con artists. And, I used to do drugs. So I know how, serious criminals are with getting paid. And then, with the, anywhere around neighborhood, apartment, people doing the illegal solicitation stuff. I stay away from it. So that's why I always bought my drugs in faraway places and came back to the neighborhood. I don't deal with anybody. I don't do drugs anymore. But I'm not dumb. I know they got drugs up in this neighborhood. They got this thing at, and I know not to get involved with them. Period. That's why I always said. I mean, they got like the bitch framing, the business framing, and then the criminal framing. Trying to lie like I ordered something when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what's going on, but thinking like a con artist, thinking like a criminal. I'm pretty sure they're trying to stick somebody with the bill. They got Bill Collins Ford down there. Like they trying to stick somebody with the criminal bill. They're trying to frame and then claim. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fall for that shit. And when they do all the bullshit, I already told them many times. I said, I am not talking to you all. I'm talking about you all. Because I don't get involved. Because people do want to get paid. That's the whole entrapment, in my opinion, of the Hells Angels. Like, they're like, what are you talking about? Like, we're going to do something and put our necks on the line for free. They might, hit somebody on that. But, so, I watch out for this shit. But I think they got that Bill Collins in mind. Well, I mean, what can I do besides say they're fucking liars, which they are, if they did that. But I ain't getting stuck with no criminal bill. No. Don't barter with the ferryman. The coins in the eyes, coins under the tongue. A hint. But bartering is trading in general then without using money. So a favor for a favor? Well, you can guarantee all this is going on. But, somebody wants to get paid is their whole deal, for what they did. don't know. When I initially think about don't barter with the ferryman, I don't really think about it that way. That, you know, at first, when I first saw that, I didn't think of it as, you know, he's greedy, he wants his money. You know, like it's a criminal, reaper hand, a greedy criminal who wants his money. And then they're all demanding, I paid for that. You know, what the hell? And all this bullshit. But that's not how I see it. I see it like, don't make a deal with the devil. You know, don't barter with the ferryman. You know, maybe, you know, the ferryman is a conduit to the afterlife. But, you know, it's in folklore and this thing and that, so that, you know, has its meanings. I don't know. All I know is I ain't doing any criminal deals with anybody around here. I'm paying my rent. I buy things at these local shops, you know. But I just ain't doing no personal deals with anybody around here. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, they're doing all this representative place. But I'm pretty sure the main thing is don't barter with the ferryman. But what are they doing?
Don't barter with the ferryman.